Welcome, 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 everybody. How's everybody doing? Hey, Sonia, how you doing today? Trying to get this thing shared out. Trying to get it shared out on a Monday afternoon. Appreciate the share. Thank you so much. That's what I was trying to do. I was trying to get it shared out. Hey, Amazing Maisie, how you doing? Hope you're doing well today. Done got warm in South Carolina today, folks. Hey, KK, how you doing? 87 degrees, mostly sunny. It's warm today. It is warm today in South Carolina. So how was everybody's weekend? Everybody have a great weekend? What's up, Papa Smurf? How you doing today, my friend? How you doing, Papa Smurf? But yeah, I hope everybody's doing great today, y'all. Hope everybody had a great weekend. Hope everybody's having a great start to the work week. I know Sonya couldn't wait to get back to work today. I know she couldn't wait to get back to work today. But she only got what? A week and a half? A week and a half before the vacay starts. KK said had a laid back weekend. 68, had bad storms last night and today. Not me. I got no sun. I got 87 degrees and mostly sunny. So it's pretty warm down here. 10 days, Sonya said. Wow. Sonya didn't even have to count them. She got it in her head. 10 days. 10 days. 8 work days. Well, there you go. 8 work days. Not like she's counting down. No, not like she's counting down. Holy cow. I'm surprised she don't have it down to the hours, minutes, and seconds. Lord have mercy. Sonia says Jim is having keyboard issues. Picked mixed peppers today. I hear you, KK. I hear you. They planted some kind of greens out here in front of the house. I don't know what they are, y'all. I don't know what they are. There's the birthday girl. Hey, Aurora, how you doing? Well, it's her birthday here in the United States, the 13th. It's already the 14th over there, but September the 13th is Arlene Verdita's birthday. So happy birthday to Arlene Verdita. Happy birthday. Picked pickled peppers. I hear you, amazing. So a big happy birthday shout out to Arlene Verdita. Over in Manila, Philippines. Manila, Philippines. That's strange sitting here on YouTube and talking about somebody's birthday's the 13th, but it's actually the 14th where they're at. Amazing how that works. Amazing how that works. But yeah, guys, here it is. What? September the 13th, almost halfway through the month of September. Won't be long. It's going to be cold. Oh, Lord, the Wicked Witch of the West is here. The Wicked Witch of the West is here. The Wicked Witch of the West is here. No worries, Gaming Prince. No worries. Yeah, I think Arlene had all kinds of food for her birthday. I think everybody at work brought food. They had a whole bunch of food, I think. They'll probably still be eating food today. They'll probably still be eating Arlene's birthday food today. Waiting on the storm. Yeah, they say it's not supposed to be too bad. It's what they said on the national weather, Tony Damon. They said that it was going to weaken very quick. You see this morning where it made that jog left? It was coming up, and then it made a hard 90-degree turn left. And they said when it hits land, it's going to really, really, really weaken. But I'm sure you're going to get the rain. I'm sure you're going to get the rain. Won't be no broom flying. No broom flying for you, Tony Damon. Park the broom in the garage. Tony Damon never did tell me how her car's running after the dealership had it for 6 months. I hear you, Gaming Prince. Yeah, I bet Tony Damon hated turning that rental car in. She done got used to it by now, driving that SUV. Driving that SUV around. Awesome, Gaming Prince. But anyway, yeah, I hope everybody had a great weekend. I truly do. I was going to talk about Bree, but I'm not going to talk about Bree unless she comes in. If Bree comes in the live stream, I'm going to talk about her. She had another boy baby calf. Or he used to be a boy. He ain't going to be a boy long. He will not be a boy long. As soon as he came out, she banded him. I hear you, Gaming Prince. Yeah, he won't be a boy for long. A couple of weeks, it'll be all over with. It will be all over with. It's already done. Poor Freezer 2. There you go, Papa Smurf. Poor little feller. You had to go through the shock of being born, and then he had to turn right around and go through the shock of getting banded. Oof. What's up, Travel Dreamer? So I'd advise all males to stay out of male cattle, stay out of the state of Washington. Do not go to the great state of Washington if you're a male bull. Do not go there. Hey, Travel Dreamer, how's it going? Yeah, if you're a male bull, do not go to the great state of Washington. If you do, avoid Bree at all costs. Avoid that area like the plague. Run. Run. Run as fast as you can. Hey, Madonna, how you doing today? Run faster than Forrest Gump. But in theory, those rubber bands are a lot better than the way we used to have to do it. It is a lot better than the way we used to have to do it. I think those rubber bands are 1,000% more humane than the way it used to get done. Stuck in spiral after the ad. See you soon. I hear you, Travel Dreamer. Vermont Paint trying to repaint one of his originals this morning. He was trying to repaint an original. I have to let Nell Court have the new one. I'm waiting on the original. I'm waiting on the original. Absolutely, Madonna. We used to use those big old clamps too, Madonna. Great big old clamps. Ooh. Ooh. Yeah, those rubber bands are a lot more humane than they were back in the day. They were. I was reading something on my phone today, folks, that said that TikTok has surpassed YouTube for view time. Did you guys read that today? Or did you hear that in the last day or two? That TikTok is averaging higher view times than YouTube? I hear you, Madonna. I hear you, Madonna. Yeah, we actually got a pair of those crunch clamps. Yeah, we got a pair of those. We did. I felt sorry for them. Ooh. Used to use that clamp, and then we'd let them out of the barn, and they'd go find the closest shade tree they could find, and they'd lay down for about a day before they'd even get up. It was not good. It was not good. Poor old baby bulls. They come into the world singing bass, and they go out singing soprano. Poor old fellers. The poor old fellers. But yeah, I guess Tony Damon's getting ready to get a bunch of rain. Going to get a bunch of rain out in the Houston area. Anybody watch any football yesterday? I don't know if any of y'all are football fans, but There were some surprising football games yesterday, in my humble opinion. Yep, there was a surprising game out there. I hear you, Travel Dreamer. Yeah, there were some surprising football games yesterday. I was very surprised. Very surprised. Well, KK, who did they play? KK, who did Michigan play this weekend? Some high school team? Did they play a high school team this weekend, KK? I know a bunch of colleges played some little no-name teams. And I guess Florida got beat by like Jacksonville State. Florida got upset. What's up, beautiful Behold? How you doing, my friend? Danny Stout. Today, our date, the 13th, was Arlene Verdita's birthday, brother. It was her birthday on the 13th. It's already the 14th over there, but over here, it's still her birthday. Martin Truex Jr. won the race Saturday night. Go number 19, RV DJ says. You know, I'll be honest with you, Sonia. Pretty much since Dale Earnhardt wrecked and lost his life, and they went to all that restrictor plate racing, and all the cars look exactly the same, the body styles are the same, I stopped watching it. I really did. I stopped watching it. I used to be a diehard NASCAR fan, but I haven't watched a NASCAR race in years. It's been years since I watched one or listened to it on the radio. I just have no interest in it anymore. And I used to be a diehard NASCAR fan, but not anymore. Not anymore. You know, all the car bodies look the exact same. If you don't know the number on the car, what make or model it is, if you don't know it by the number, I can't tell the difference in them going around the track. I cannot tell the difference in them going around the track. I cannot. Still listening on Sirius XM when we can't watch it. I got you. Yep, I stopped watching it a long time ago. I really did. Now, drag racing, I can still watch drag racing. I still enjoy drag racing, but not NASCAR anymore. I used to love to go down to the little quarter-mile short tracks. We used to have one up in Asheville, North Carolina, and it was paved. It was paved, a little quarter-mile round track. Used to go over. I had a buddy of mine that worked on the pit crew on Friday nights and Saturday nights. Harry Gant used to race up there in Asheville, North Carolina. Harry Gant used to race up there. Bob Ingram, Jack Ingram, all them Ingram boys used to race up there. Vermont says, hi, listening, but unable to chat. Yeah, you're unable to chat because you're in trouble again. You're in trouble again. You're in trouble again, Vermont. Yeah, it is, Travel Dreamer. Sonia says, I like drag racing too. Yeah, I like drag racing. I hear you, Danny. I haven't watched. I could, good God, dude. It's been years since I watched a baseball game. I haven't watched baseball. I never was a pro basketball fan. I love college basketball now. Don't get me wrong. I love college basketball. But I have not watched a pro game in forever. And I stopped. I don't watch NFL games. The only thing I watch is if I do my DraftKings, if there's money involved and I got my DraftKings going, I'll watch the NFL Network. That where they every time somebody scores, they show the score happen. Other than that, that's it. I don't watch the Super Bowl. I don't watch the playoffs. I don't watch none of that stuff. Don't watch none of it. Me too, amazing. That's when I stopped watching. Hey, Lewis Fuller, how you doing today, buddy? I hope you're doing well. Same with me, amazing. Ever since Earnhardt passed away, I quit watching it. I quit watching it. I did quit watching it. I noticed on my phone, I guess they're having a big election out there in California tomorrow, y'all. They're having a big election out in California tomorrow, I guess. I was reading that on my phone today. NASCAR will never be the same. I hear you, amazing. Yeah, back in the good old days, they used to have some heck of races. Used to fight. Y'all remember back when they used to fight? They'd fight at the end of the race. They'd fight in the pits. They'd fight everywhere back in the day. Hey, Naj, how you doing? Sometimes a NASCAR race looked more like a boxing match than it did a NASCAR race. Got you, Lewis Fuller. Danny Stout says, boogity. Let's go racing, boys. I hear you, Mr. Walter. I hear you, Mr. Walter. But yeah, growing up there in North Carolina, NASCAR was a big thing, y'all. It was a big thing. We didn't have a professional football team. We didn't have a professional baseball team. We didn't have none of that. We had all minor league stuff, but we had NASCAR. We did have NASCAR. We could go over to Bristol, Tennessee and watch the Bristol race. We could go to Rockingham, North Carolina and watch the Rockingham race. We could go to Charlotte, watch the Charlotte race, and we could go to Darlington and watch the Darlington race. So we had a wide variety of NASCAR races to go to. Truex is from New Jersey, so I have to root for the Jersey boy. That's because he knows the guy that knows the guy, right, Sonia? You know, out of all the places that NASCAR races at, it surprised me when they went to New Hampshire. I just didn't picture New Hampshire being a racing state. But I guess they draw a pretty good crowd up there. I just never pictured New Hampshire being a racing state. But that shows you how much I know. Shows you how much I know. That was a shock to me when they went to New Hampshire. I didn't figure they'd pull in the crowd. They tried to get rid of Darlington, y'all. They really did. They tried to get rid of Darlington. It was big to do down here in South Carolina. A lot of short track races up there? Gotcha, Jim. I did not know that. I hear you, Lewis Fuller. But yeah, they were going to get rid of Darlington completely. Darlington races were going to be gone, and everybody raised such big cane about it. NASCAR said, "Okay, well, we'll let you have the race," but they put the race on Mother's Day weekend. Mother's Day weekend, and they said they did it on purpose because they didn't think nobody would go on Mother's Day. They got proved wrong. They got proved wrong. Yeah, Sonia. They have great drag race. Well, they used to up in Bristol. I don't know if they still drag race up there or not, Sonia. But we used to go to Bristol, Tennessee for the drag racing. Yep, we used to go there for the drag racing. The drag track sits down in a little holler up there. Feels like your heart's going to explode when them dragsters go down the track. The dragsters in the funny car. You see Kenny Bernstein, Big Daddy Don Garlett. Used to see Sherry Muldowney. I think's her name. A lot of old timers used to go up there. The thing about Bristol is they used to have, like, one part of the year they'd have the NHRA come, or is that what it is? NRA, IRA, whatever it was. One of them was like NHRA, and then the IHRA used to come. Had two different, it was like the NFC, AFC racing up there. That's because Mom was at the races. I hear you, Danny. I hear you, brother. Elor, how you doing, my friend? Hadn't seen you in forever. Hope you're coming. Yeah, it was the NHRA and then the IHRA. I think's what it was. Yeah, I hadn't seen you in forever, Elor. Hope you're doing well, and I hope you're being safe, my friend. Thank you so much for coming by. But yeah, we used to have the spring nationals, summer nationals, and fall nationals up at Bristol, Tennessee. Used to have a great time up there going to the drag races. And then up there in Johnson City, Tennessee, is where they used to have all the concerts at. That's where I saw AC/DC. I saw AC/DC up there in Tennessee. I'm doing okay, my friend. Thank you for asking. Yeah, they used to have a lot of concerts up there in Johnson City, Tennessee. I'm sorry to hear that, Lewis. I was hoping she was doing better by now, my friend. I was hoping she was doing better by now. Yep, guys, keep Lewis Fuller's mom in your prayers, guys. Please keep Lewis Fuller's mom in your prayers. Let's hope, Lewis Fuller. Let's hope it's something that'll go away and not be everlasting, my friend. No, I said, wow, AC/DC. Yep. They opened for Ted Nugent, Naj. AC/DC opened for Ted Nugent. You know, I would have liked to seen Queen in concert. I would have liked to have seen Queen in concert. back there in their bicycle race and Fat Bottom Girls and all those songs back then. I would have liked to sing Queen in concert, but I never had the opportunity. I tell you who put on a pretty good concert was Jackson Browne. I saw Jackson Browne down in Charlotte, North Carolina. Jackson Browne put on a pretty good concert. And I saw Kiss. Kiss opened for Three Dog Night. Kiss opened for Three Dog Night back in the day. I'd like to seen Ozzy Osbourne in concert too. That's another concert I would have liked to have seen. I think that would have been a good concert to go. Yeah, I would have liked to seen that, Sonia. I'd have liked to seen Elton John. I've had the opportunity to go see Jimmy Buffett many, many times, but I never saw Jimmy Buffett either. I guess he still comes. He normally comes to Columbia, South Carolina every year. But I never had the opportunity to see him. Nas said my husband saw Queen. Yeah, I would have liked to seen Queen. I think that would have been a pretty good concert. I don't know if y'all remember a band called 38 Special. There was a band called 38 Special. One of their most common songs was called Wild Eyed Southern Boy. And there used to be a place over in Asheville, North Carolina. On Saturday night, it cost $5 to get in. You could drink all the draft beer you could drink. They were the house band that Saturday night. So I saw 38 Special before they were 38, before they hit it big. What was the first concert you ever went to? Mine was Aerosmith in about 1973. Opening act was Montrose with Sammy Hagar was the lead singer. First concert I ever saw, buddy, was Kiss opened for Three Dog Night. Kiss opened for Three Dog Night. That's the first concert I ever went to. The first rock and roll concert I ever went to. Yep, hang on loosely. I saw them for $5, all you could drink draft beer night. What's up, Glasses Kingdom? How you doing, buddy? What's up, TR? Mine was America. They sang Horse with No Name. There you go. Hey, Crystal's Journey, how you doing? Hadn't seen you in forever, my friend. How you doing? We had the opportunity to see Leonard Skinner. We had the opportunity to see Leonard Skinner. But we end up partying too much, and we did not get to go see Leonard Skinner. Probably one of the best concerts I ever saw in my life was in Greenville, South Carolina. Charlie Daniels band was performing. Was Charlie Daniels, and they called up the surviving members of Marshall Tucker Band. He called up the surviving members of Marshall Tucker Band. And the Charlie Daniels Band and the surviving members of Marshall Tucker Band did all of Marshall Tucker songs. It was absolutely awesome because Marshall Tucker was from Spartanburg, South Carolina, not far from Greenville. And I thought that was pretty cool of Charlie Daniels. He called them guys up, and they played Marshall Tucker music for about 2 hours. It was a heck of a concert. I thought that was a pretty good deal that Charlie Daniels did that. Beautiful Hole said, I saw Kiss and Bob Seger open for them. I'd like to see Bob Seger. Sonia says, my one and only concert was Johnny Cash and June Carter Cash. Awesome show. I saw Johnny Cash. I've seen a bunch of country people, Sonia. Growing up in the mountains, my parents, they listened to, I was the rock and roll guy. and they listened to that country music. I went to a bunch of noshes. I saw Pink Floyd, Rush, Stevie Nicks, Journey, Aerosmith, Joe Wells, Marshall Tucker, Robert Plant, ZZ Top. I saw ZZ Top. ZZ Top was pretty good. 21 Pilots. I hear you, Nas. Believe it or not, folks, I was not an Aerosmith fan. I was not an Aerosmith fan, y'all. When I was in Germany, they had Monsters of Rock, Van Halen, AC/DC, Rushmore Rainbow, and Ozzy. See, I would have loved to seen Ozzy. I would have loved to have seen Ozzy. See, I would have loved to sing Black Sabbath. I started to say Black Osbourne. I would have loved to have seen Black Sabbath back in the day. Yeah, I would have loved to have seen them back in the day. Tony Davis said my first was Motley Crue. Molly Hatchet opened for them. I used to love Molly Hatchet. Motley Crue was okay. I wasn't that big of a Motley Crue fan. I was not a Rolling Stones fan, and I was not an Aerosmith fan. I just never got into those. May said, and Kid Rock, gotcha. But I'm so glad my family get vaccine. If my mom did not get the vaccine, she probably wouldn't be. That's right, Lewis Fuller. Yeah, Kid Rock's from Michigan. Kid Rock is from Michigan. But yeah, I don't know why, but I just never took to Aerosmith. See, growing up, I was best ever was Led Zeppelin. See, I would have liked to seen Zeppelin too, Danny. I would have loved to have seen Zeppelin. Yeah, I like Zeppelin. But I grew up listening. I mean, I was kind of weird, y'all. I grew up listening to all the Southern rock, but I used to listen to Black Sabbath, Grand Funk Railroad, Nazareth, Black Oak, Arkansas, Skinner, Marshall Tucker, all that stuff. That's what I grew up with. That's what I grew up with. Deep Purple. I used to be a big Deep Purple fan. Got into Alice Cooper there for a while just because of my older brother. My oldest brother was a big Alice Cooper fan. I was never a Grateful Dead fan. I was not a Crosby, Stills, Nash and Young fan. I just didn't. I didn't listen to none of that music. Naj, that is my youngest daughter's favorite band of all time. She is a Marilyn Manson groupie. She loves Marilyn Manson. Hey, Dark County Picker, how you doing? Danny Stout, I spent all my money in the 70s and 80s at concerts. Yeah, I would have loved to seen Zeppelin too, Nosh. I'd have loved to seen Zeppelin, and I would have loved to have seen Queen. Yeah, when I was in high school, my mom finally broke down. She used to get my records and break my records and throw them away. And finally in high school, I had a little small stereo that had a turntable. And she actually bought me a set of headphones just so she wouldn't have to hear the music. Just so she wouldn't have to hear the music. I wasn't really a Janis Joplin fan, or I guess pretty much all that West Coast bands back then, y'all. It just wasn't me. It just wasn't me. Like I say, I never was really a Jimmy Buffett fan. It wasn't my cup of tea. Yeah, KK, it just wasn't my cup of tea. Maybe it's just because of where I'm from, but yeah, I did not get into them. I tried to. My brother used to listen to Grateful Dead. Records and turntables date you. Yeah, but Danny, that was hand-me-downs. That was hand-me-downs, Danny. That was old antique stuff they gave me to play with when I was in high school. I wasn't there for the originals, Danny. I was not there for the originals. No, I was not. I had hand-me-down 8-track tapes. I had a Datsun King Cab pickup truck, and the whole King Cab was stacked with nothing but 8-track tapes. Aurora said, I've seen Alice Cooper. I never saw him in concert. Never saw him in concert, Aurora. They say that one big concert, we talked about it that one day. What is it, Glastonbury? Glastonbury, is that the name of it? I can't remember if that's in Scotland or England or where it is, but they say that's a pretty big concert. Naj, I hear you, Naj. Yeah, my youngest daughter, she loves them. Yeah. Yep. Electrical tape. Done lots of things. I tell you, when I was going through high school, you know who all the girls loved? All the girls absolutely loved Elton John. Elton John was the bomb diggity to all the girls in high school. And what was that one album that came out with? Yellow Brick Road or something like that album? Them girls flipped over Elton John. They loved Elton John. No, I said, I like Manson. I love Zeppelin. I hear you, Naj. KK said, I'd love to seen Hendrix too. No, that's cool, Travel Dreamer. Goodbye, Yellow Brick Road. Yeah, whenever that album come out, everybody, all the girls in Western North Carolina absolutely loved Elton John's music. That was an acquired taste. When I was on the submarines over in, before I rotated back to the States, I didn't have to make the last patrol when I was on the submarine because they wouldn't have been back to home port in time. So they sent me up to Yokosuka, Japan, up to ComSub Group 7. They sent me up there for about a month before I rotated back to the States. And when I got up there, one of my good buddies, Ron Martin, an African-American guy from Bath, Maine. He was from Bath, Maine. His name was Ron Martin, one of my best buddies in the whole world. He was up there in Yokosuka. And they all tried to get me to go to a concert with them. And I asked them, I said, well, who's the concert? They said it's a band called Genesis. And I was like, Genesis? Now, I'd just been on a submarine for 3 years. I said, who in the world is Genesis? I've never heard of no band called Genesis. They said, yeah, you'll like it. Come on and go with us. I said, nah, I'm not going to go. I'll pass. You guys go ahead. So I had the opportunity to go see Genesis, had a free ticket and everything, but I'd never heard of them before. So I did not go see Genesis, but I had the opportunity. I seen Elton only because one of my friend's girlfriend broke up with him and he gave me her ticket. Great concert. Yeah, that's what a lot of people say, Danny. They say he put on a heck of a show. Hey, Carolina, my pal, I can listen to Jimmy and tell you in the first 4 bars if it's him that's playing it or not. I hear you, you knows, bros. I hear you. But yeah, I had a free ticket to go see Genesis, and were playing in Tokyo. And I missed out because old dumb country boy like me, I didn't know who it was, and I'd just been on a submarine for 3 years, and Japan and the Philippines. I had no idea who Genesis was. So I missed that concert. I hear you, Naj. I hear you, Naj. Yeah, I did not go. I did not go. Actually, I guess I was up there for 2 months because I was there for 2 weeks, and then they notified the base when my brother got killed. So I came home for 30 days leave. And listen to this. This is crazy, y'all. I was there for 2 weeks. I was waiting to rotate back to the States to teach school up at sub school in New London, Connecticut. Groton, Connecticut. So I was in Yokosuka. I was there for 2 weeks. My brother got killed. They shipped me back to the States. They would only send me back to California. The government would only get me a flight to California. From California home, I had to pay my own way. But anyway, I came home for 30 days. We had my brother's funeral, all that stuff. They made me go all the way back to Yokosuka, Japan. I stayed 2 weeks, turned right around, and came back to the United States and took 30 more days leave before I went to Groton, New London, Connecticut to be an instructor at sub school. I got you, Danny. Servant David, how you doing, my friend? Welcome to the live stream. But yeah, that seems like 100 years ago. Seems like 100 years ago. You'd have thought when they shipped me home on emergency leave, they'd have just let me come home and stay home. But that's the government for you. That's the government for you. At least that's the way they operated back then. It was kind of weird. Kind of weird how they did things back then. All right, Servant David says, okay, I'm here now. Glad you made it, my friend. Thank you so much for coming by. I appreciate you. Guys, if anybody didn't hit that thumbs up or that thumbs down, I hadn't said this in a long time. It's pretty important that you hit the thumbs up or the thumbs down. It shows participation on my channel, and it lets the artificial intelligence recommend my channel if I get enough thumbs up. I don't get that many thumbs up or thumbs down anymore. So every which one you want to do, thumbs up or thumbs down, whatever you would like to do. But I just need the participation on the thumbs up or the thumbs down. If you feel like it, I'd appreciate it. I would appreciate it. But yeah, it seems like that was 100 years ago, and it seemed like it was a different world. I hear you, Servant David. The aquarium in Gatlinburg, Tennessee, my friend. The aquarium in Gatlinburg, Tennessee. Hi. I hear you, Danny. I hear you, buddy. Yep. The aquarium in Gatlinburg, Tennessee. Yep. Thumbs up or thumbs down. There's the bull. I ain't going to say that. I'm not going to say that, Bree. I did put a warning out today, though, Bree. I put a warning out to all the bulls in the United States. Do not go to the great state of Washington. I did put that out today, Bree. Just so you know, I put out a warning for them to avoid the Washington state, not to go there. Yeah, my youngest daughter loves sharks. She's a shark fanatic, y'all. She is a shark fanatic. But yeah, I put out an all points bulletin. Avoid the great state of Washington. All bulls, do not go there. Run like Forrest Gump, the other direction. Naj, they go in as a bull and they come out as a cow. When they go around Bree, Naj, they go in this door as a bull and they come out the other side as a cow. Scoop poop. Bree. I have a problem. So I can solve your problem of having too many eggs and too much chicken poop, Bree. I can solve that problem for you. Eat more chicken. Just eat more chicken. I hear you, Servant David. I'm about the same way. Yeah, I can eliminate that gathering egg problem and shoveling chicken poop. Eat more chicken. And sell it to Vermont Paint. He's got the word. That's all he does is eat chicken. Eat chicken. Bree says, I kind of get attached to the old hens. Too bad you don't get attached to the baby bulls. Bree says, I kind of get attached to the old hens. Too bad you don't get attached to the newborn bulls like you do the old hens. I'm just saying. Travel Dreamer says, have a neighborhood chicken fry. Naj says, send me some chicken. Yeah, you don't want no old hen, y'all. It's like female or cows. You don't want the female. You don't want the females. That's kind of like on YouTube, Bree. I told y'all the story before. I've been into a couple of channels. There was a bunch of old hens in there that threw me slam out of there. They got mad because I came to their live stream. I didn't know it was an old hen party only. Yeah, they got mad and kicked me out of there. That happened a couple of times when I first started my YouTube channel. Yeah, them old hens threw me right out of there. You thought I'd have slapped every one of them in the mouth in person when I went in there. They kicked me slam out of there. Dude, not my fault. I can't have them mating with each other. That is called inbreeding. I hear you, Bree. Bree, you ever thought about swapping them with somebody else? No, it wasn't girls only chat, Bree. It was old hens. There was a screen full of them up there. And I was not welcome. They made that perfectly clear. Leave and don't ever come back here. That one woman said, she typed in the chat, the nerve of you coming in here and saying hello. Whew, it was not fun. Good thing I wasn't there in person. I'd have probably got banded. They'd have probably banded me. Whew. I'm thinking to myself, you're doing a live stream. If it's that important, you should have put it on private. I rent a bull. 1-800 rent a bull. That way I don't have to feed that bull. I hear you, Bree. I hear you, Bree. I did that one Sunday morning too, y'all. I did that one Sunday morning. You know, y'all know I get up early. I get up in the wee hours of the morning, and I saw this channel was live. Had several people in there, so I went in the channel. And you know me, I shared them out, and then I typed, good morning, folks, or howdy, folks. Oh, they didn't like that. They did not like that at all. They were reading scripture and stuff. Well, I had no idea that it was a private group reading the Bible. I had no idea. So just a word to folks. If you want your live streams to be private, put it on private or something. So people like me don't come in the live stream and interrupt your service. Bulls eat a ton. Yeah, they do. Yeah, they do. They poop a ton too. They poop a ton. KK said, 1-800, don't step in it. That's right, KK. What's up, Sid? All right, Danny. Appreciate you, brother. Be safe, Danny. Be safe, buddy. Have a good day. Well, that's one thing about it, KK. If you going into the barn in the springtime, after the cows have been in and out of there all winter long and it's thawed, you better put on your hip waders because there ain't no stepping over. Better put on your hip waders. I hear you, Naj. It's just the way some people are, I guess. You know? All right, guys, I got to take a quick break for a minute. I'll be right back. You folks entertain each other. I'll be right back. Getting off work early for the storm. I got you, Sid. Looks like y'all going to get a bunch of rain, buddy, but The national news said you wasn't going to get much wind, but you are going to get a bunch of rain, dude. I'll be right back, guys. Give me just a few minutes. Keep talking to Bree. Maybe you can talk her out of some eggs or some chickens, Naj. I'll be right back, y'all. Give me a couple of minutes. Sorry, guys. I was just reading the chat. The man that's supposed to be my real dad, Travel Dreamer, had a turkey like that one time. He had a big old turkey. People pull up in the driveway. He'd have to go outside and keep the turkey from attacking the people. Gray hens ain't quiet. Old gray hens ain't quiet. Gray fighting roosters, the hens, they fight as good as the males do. You don't fight them, but they are aggressive. But yeah, he had a darn turkey that was aggressive. Hey, this is Steph. How you doing? Everybody up home used to keep guineas, y'all. They used to keep guineas as watchdogs. That's one of the best watchdogs you can have is guineas. And guineas would also get rid of snakes. They would get rid of the snakes around the house. But guineas make a heck of a watchdog. They'll let you know if anybody's coming. All the old folks up home had guineas running loose at their houses. So what's happening across the pond? This is Steph. What's going on across the pond today? What's going on across the pond? I guess I might not should talk about that. YouTube will take away. Oh, we've been talking about all kinds of stuff. This is Steph. We've been talking about bass singing bulls going in one side of Bree's barn and they come out the other side singing soprano. We talked about rock bands and concerts. We talked about drag racing. We talked about NASCAR racing. We talked about chickens and chicken poop. We talked about a whole bunch of stuff. And them Canadian geese are aggressive too, y'all. Those Canadian geese are very aggressive. They remind me of my real dad's turkey. Yeah, if them hens are sitting on a nest, the male and female Canadian geese, they are very aggressive. I'll tell you, y'all wouldn't believe it, but Louisville, Kentucky was covered in Canadian geese, y'all. Right there at my office. They were Canadian geese everywhere. Yeah, we talked about bull poop today. Bull poop, chicken poop. I was going to talk about something, but I'm afraid YouTube will take away my AdSense. What the heck? I was reading on my phone today, I guess a bunch of countries are upset because they opened up to Americans that have had the prevention are able to go there, but their people that have the full prevention can't come here. And apparently that's turning into a really, really, really big deal. So if anybody's looking at doing any traveling, you might want to keep an eye on that because there is some upset countries out there, folks. Upset countries. Well, God bless you making it out of that MRI machine, Nell. God bless you. You can have them darn machines. You can have them darn machines, Nell. I ain't getting back in them no more. They fooled me one time. They won't fool me the second time. I ain't getting back in them things no more. Every time I go to the doctor, I find out something else wrong with me. I didn't want to know the first thing that was wrong with me. Now, every time I go there, they tell me something new is wrong with me. So I can fix that. I just won't go there because I don't want to know anymore. Hour and 15 minutes. And you can have that, Neil. You can have that, Neil. I ain't doing it. This hillbilly, they fooled me once. They won't fool me twice. The Steph says, I'm not going anywhere. I guess I've stepped in goose poo a couple of times. That's pretty nasty too, KK. That stuff's pretty nasty. Yep, they are, Travel Dreamer. They are. It's like up at my grandma's house where I was. Mine wasn't, Neil. My CT scan was not easier because apparently the VA uses the very first machines that they ever come out with because they put me up inside that thing to do a CT scan. So I ain't going back, Neil. Up at my grandma's house, she lived further back in the woods than I did. And before you go outside, you'd have to look through the screen door on the back porch or the front porch to make sure there wasn't a snake laying there before you stepped out on the porch. One of the first times I stepped out, I was pretty little then. I stepped on a big old black snake when I stepped out the back door. It scared me to death. Luckily, I did not get bit. I stepped on its tail, but it scared me to death. I hear you now. But yeah, my mama knew. My mama to this day, y'all, I've told y'all before. My mama, if a snake comes on a movie on the TV, she literally screams. She can be looking at a magazine. If she turns the page and there's a picture of a snake on it, she screams. Because apparently growing up in the old rock house where she grew up as a kid, snakes used to get inside the house. And my grandfather wouldn't let nobody get rid of a black snake. And so they used to have black snakes in their house growing up. So mama is deathly afraid of a snake. I mean, deathly afraid of them. That's why every now and then I'll walk by and I'll go like that. And she dang near jumps out of the recliner. She said, why do you do that to me? I said, keeps your heart beating. Yeah, snake. I don't do snakes, y'all. Naj can have the snakes and the spiders and all that. Hillbilly does not do snakes. We don't get a lot of snacks here in the UK. Well, apparently we're not going to be getting much of nothing here. This is Steph. I was reading an article today from the chief executive officer or president of Kroger. He put it out that start expecting Kroger not to have a lot of stuff. And if they do have it, expect the price to be going up, folks. That's what he's either the CEO or the president of Kroger. I read a statement that he put out. Expect it. If they have it, the price is going this way. But he said expect for there to be delays in stuff arriving on the shelves. So there you go. Naj, it keeps her heart beating. Naj, it keeps her on her toes. It keeps her on her toes, Naj. I got a guy that used to come to my live stream a long time ago, y'all. And I used to go to his live stream, but I haven't gotten a notification for him for a long time. He's called Madman Serpents. Madman Serpents. And usually all of his thumbnails has got a big old snake on it. And I try to, if I do see one of his videos posted, I try to get her to watch it on my phone. And she hollers and turns her head. She hollers and turns her head. Yep, there you go. This is Steph. But, you know, I heard everybody always talking about inflation and inflation and inflation. And I really didn't understand it. I just know things cost more. They said the reason behind that, here's what they said. The article I read today is that people have too much money for the amount of product. People have too much money for the amount of product being produced. And that's what causes prices to go up and up and up. I didn't realize that. I hear you, Travel Dreamer. We had those all over. We had more copperheads. We had more copperheads up home. We had timber rattlers, but most of the time around the house, we had problems with copperheads. Copperheads. Now I said, what the heck does that mean? It means there's too many people out there that has a whole lot of money that are buying stuff, Naj, that they can't produce it fast enough. Like paper products, bread, milk, eggs, meat, stuff like that. They can't supply enough because people got a whole bunch of money and everybody's buying it up. Is what it said, Naj. That's the way the article I read explained it. Yeah, me neither, this Steph. Me neither. That's why it affects low to just below medium incomes and people living on fixed incomes. That's who it affects the most, is people that are living on fixed incomes and low incomes. That's who it hurts the most when inflation goes up, is the way the article read. That's the way the article read. Like I say, I'm no accountant. All I can do is pass along what I read. And yes, Vermont, I can read. I can read. That's right, Naj. You're exactly right, Naj. But I guess a lot of the car manufacturers are really having problems getting in parts. They're really having problems getting in parts at a lot of the car manufacturers. That's causing price to go up. Vermont says, surprised. Yeah, I can actually read. I might not know what a lot of them big words mean that I read, but I can read. At least last time I read a book, 30 years ago, I could read. 36 years ago, 38 years ago, might have been 40 years ago, probably 40 years ago. I could read back then, 40 years ago. But I hadn't read a comic book since. So I don't know if I can still read or not. But I could read 40 years ago because I used to read comic books. Well, there you go, Naj. The only problem is, Naj, everything that's made here costs more here. At least that's the way it appears to me. If it's made here, it ends up costing more here. That just seems to be what I think. Well, there you go, Madonna. That's kind of what the article I was reading today was talking about. Madonna says we're 25 weeks out for shipping because we can't get metal and resin. We usually run 4 weeks tops. There you go. Supply and demand. That's the problem. When the demand gets higher than the supply, that's a problem. That's a problem. It's like people like Vermont Paint has 5,000 rolls of toilet paper stashed in his basement. Yeah. I guess that's kind of what the article was talking about. People that buy 5,000 rolls of toilet paper and paper towels and put them in their basement. And then everybody else can't get none. Can't get none. People used to laugh at me all the time. I'd say, can't get none. They used to laugh at me. Vermont says 199. Can't get none. People used to laugh at me for that. And over yonder. Where'd you get that? Over yonder? What do you mean over yonder? I got it over yonder. They used to make fun of me for saying that too. Oh, another one. Another one they used to make fun of me about. Ain't got none. People ask for something and say, ain't got none. People say, what in the world's an ain't got none? I said, I ain't got none. Over yonder. Back in the day when I was over yonder, Naj, there's a trick to it, Naj. There's a trick to it. If you got to go number 2, you take 1 square of toilet paper, Naj, 1 square. You take your finger and push your finger through it, and you save that little bitty piece. And you got the toilet paper on your finger. You wipe, and then you take the piece of toilet paper and run it down your finger, and then you take that other little bitty piece and you clean out your fingernail. Flush the toilet, and then you wash your hands, Naj. That's the way to get around it. You just use 1 sheet at a time, Naj. Naj said, I love to hear the different accents. I do too, Naj, sometimes, but most of the time I can't understand what anybody else is saying. Being a hillbilly is kind of like being a little bit deaf. I mean, all the deaf people, don't think I'm ragging about deaf people, but being a hillbilly sometimes is kind of like being a deaf person, except the hillbilly can hear the noise. I just can't understand what it's saying. Naj says I use two squares. No, you're only supposed to use 1 square. Naj, 1 square. One square. Any of y'all remember how hard it was to wipe with a page out of the Sears and Roebuck catalog? That was hard to do, y'all, back in the day. Tear out a page out of the Sears and Roebuck catalog in the outhouse and have to wipe with that paint. That was not fun, y'all. It was not fun. Be better off going down to the barn and grabbing you a bunch of hay. It was better to wipe with hay than it was that Sears and Roebuck catalog page. Wipes. I use water to wash my hands too. Well, there you go. My uncle was from Alabama, and it reminded me of him. I hear you, Nosh. I hear you, Nosh. A lot of people used to do that, Nosh. We didn't grow corn, though, Nosh. We didn't grow that much corn. We did not grow that much corn, Nosh. But a lot of people say they use corn husk and corn cobs. I can't imagine what you'd use a corn cob for. I don't even want to know what the corn cob was for, Nosh. Nope. Don't even want to know what the corn cob was used for. Vermont said, I'm so tired of dusting and vacuuming. Well, dude, if you didn't get yourself in so much trouble every day, you wouldn't have to do all that dusting and vacuuming. You bring it upon yourself for getting in trouble with ideas of like riding the skateboard around in the basement, running the tractors into the ditch, flirting with the girls at the Walmart and the health food store. All that stuff. That's what happens when you do all that. I guess the cob was still wet, not dry. I hear you, Naj. I don't know. Yeah, I heard of that too, but my poor old dumb hillbilly mind just can't wrap my mind around how that corn cob came into play. I can't even picture it in my mind. Can't even picture it. Vermont said my studio was dirty. Well, what you doing down there to get it so dirty? What you doing down there to get it so dirty? Dude, you better get to preparing, Vermont. You better get to preparing because I'm telling you, 4 to 6 foot of snow is coming. It's coming your way. 4 to 6 foot of snow is headed your way, Vermont. So you better get ready. You had to dig the hole for the outhouse. Vermont said, put in another screen. He had to dig the hole for the outhouse. I was lucky. I didn't have to do that. My grandfather had a backhoe. He had a backhoe he used for that. Yep, had a darn backhoe. Dug the new outhouse hole with a backhoe. Never will forget that. That's one of the first things my granddaddy taught me. He said, boy, you don't ever dig the outhouse hole or the septic tank hole north of your house. Don't ever dig it north of the house because you don't want it getting in your well water or your creek water. So you didn't like today's painting? No, Nell can have today's painting, Vermont. I want the original. The original means more, Vermont. I don't want to. I don't want a knockoff, dude. I want the original. Like me, I'm an original. I want the original. Why are we still talking about poop again? You guys are silly. Yeah, my adopted grandfather was Naj, and the man that's supposed to be my real dad, his dad was in the military police under General Patton. He was in the military police under General Patton's command. I didn't say I didn't like it, Neil. I want the original one. I don't want a knockoff. I want the original. Vermont says poop happens. That's right, Naj. Neil, that is not true. That is not a true statement, Neil. They've been showing a commercial on TV about 20 times a day that y'all do poop. There's a commercial on TV, and it's on about 10 times a day that says that y'all do poop. Yep, he was military police under General Patton's command, Naj. Yep. KK said it's 69 outside. It's still 87 and mostly sunny here, KK. Have you seen the one about no hormone birth control yet? I have not, Neil. I have not. I have not seen that, Neil. I have not seen that. I did see, I hadn't been seeing it that much, but yesterday I saw that commercial Whoopi Goldberg does about that medicine that Vermont's wife's taking now that's supposed to help prevent migraines. I did see that again yesterday. That's the first time I've seen that in a long time. Oh my God, Neil, you're kidding me. Wow, Neil. Yeah, they got enough crazy videos on YouTube about stuff like that nowadays. Neil said, seriously, crazy, hilarious. My, what a long way we've come since the Cross Your Heart bra and the mannequin. Remember how scandalous that was back in the day? The Cross Your Heart bra commercial in black and white on the TV with the female mannequin. My, how times have changed. 80 and 86% humidity here, and the sky looks like it's about to let loose. I'm mostly sunny, Nosh. Mostly sunny. Vermont, did you see the report that come out today that supposedly TikTok is getting more view time now than YouTube? I read that today. There was a report out that said TikTok is getting more view time now than YouTube is. Nell says, I remember. Yeah, I remember back in the day, men did not go in the ladies' underwear section. Men did not go over there, y'all. That was like off limits. Men do not go to the ladies' underwear section at all. Wasn't happening. Vermont says almost double. I didn't see it was double, but they did say it was more. Yep, I did not know it was almost double. That's unreal. Nell said TikTok does not use as much data. Yeah, apparently they're getting more view time than YouTube is, y'all. That's what the article I read said. But I don't know nothing about that TikTok thing. I don't know nothing about it. That's exactly right, Naj. I've been trying to tell Vermont Paint to quit that, Naj. I've been trying to tell Vermont Paint to quit running around the neighborhood with his chicken mask and his yellow thong on, but he will not listen to me, Naj. He will not listen to me. But they're counting every view, even if 2 seconds. I got you. I got you. Yeah, they don't leave much to the imagination anymore. Any of y'all been to the beach lately? Anybody been to the beach lately and seen some of them bathing suits some of them girls are wearing? Or let me rephrase that. Some of those rubber bands that those girls are wearing? It's amazing. It is absolutely amazing. Vermont says, I'm not allowed at the beach. I hear you, Vermont. Nod says, I usually watch YouTube and Netflix. But anyway, guys, Lord have mercy. I've been sitting here running my mouth for an hour and 40 minutes. An hour and 40 minutes, y'all. I reckon I need to get off from here. Hope everybody had a great day today. I hope everybody has a great week. For all you folks that are out there working, be safe. Please be safe out there, y'all. And, driving, the mess going around, the crazy people in this world anymore. Everybody, please be careful. Be careful in everything you do. Keep your doors locked. Be safe. And we'll try to do this again tomorrow. Don't forget, Sonia's live tonight. Make sure and check out Miss RVDJ. She'll be live tonight. I think it's at 7 p.m. And from what I understand, she's going to be unsupervised. Unsupervised, which will probably mean there might be an appearance up on the panel of the chicken head tonight. The chicken head will probably make an appearance tonight. So everybody be there for that. That's exactly right, Naj. You're exactly right, Naj. Yep, Sonia says 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So everybody make sure you're over there at Sonia's. She's unsupervised tonight. See you, chicken lady. Thank you so much for coming. Chicken lady, you old bull killer. You old bull killer. But I appreciate you guys. We'll try our best to do it again tomorrow, y'all. Be safe, be safe, be safe. Remember, always be good to yourself and be good to each other, folks. And we'll see everybody tomorrow. Thank y'all for coming.